Silo returns for a second season on Apple TV Plus, but is it as gripping as that first season? Let's find out. Hey movie watchers, my name is Justin. All I do is watch movies and shows on streaming services and in theaters. I was really looking forward to Silo season 2 at the end of the first season, with Juliet Nichols, played by Rebecca Ferguson, leaving her silo and seeing a bunch of other silos out there. She explores them. And so we expand on the lore and the world within that first season into so much more in a brand new territory for season 2. You really have two different storylines going on throughout this season. You have this uprising going on in the original silo from that first season. You still have the characters played by Common and Tim Robbins, and seeing the mystery behind the world within the silo and the world before all our characters, Rebecca Ferguson, Tim Robbins, Common. What came before all of that? We have some answers that are addressed within here, but there's still that mystery, that dystopian feel that powers through this second season. Then you have another storyline with Juliet Nichols as she does explore another silo, and that is where we meet Steve Zahn's character. He has been living alone for decades. He's really by himself, and so we get this new sense of how the silos, different silos, are affecting people. And that's where Steve Zahn comes into play. And so you have two really different storylines going on. The show does a great job of dedicating its time to these storylines. The acting still is really great. Rebecca Ferguson has this sense of curiosity to her as she wants to explore this other silo, but she's still like a bit hesitant when it comes to kind of going all in with it all. Tim Robbins is very mysterious in here. He's very powerful and controlling, and there's that dread when he is on screen. And Common is also really demanding and powerful within this season. So everybody just as good as they were in the first season, and so they just are expanded on these characters and they go more in depth with them. All the moments with our citizens within our original silo and having this uprising, that's where a lot of the intensity rises, where you have different people in power and trying to control things, and there's that mystery throughout. That's where a lot of the show is very gripping, is when it looks at Tim Robbins, Common, all of the people within the silo, and watching them with this uprising. There's action within it. Everything is gripping. I found myself more attached to the characters within that original silo and seeing how they're progressing. And now that they see Juliet Nichols go out into the world, they want answers. They want to know things about their own silo, and it's building on that dystopian storyline so well and expanding on the lore and our daily routines that we got from that first season. It's just taking it in a whole new direction. The visuals are still really good. You have your original silo, and they have their homes, their day-to-day routines, but once you explore a new silo, you have a more distinct look to it, and it's been abandoned for years. And so you're able to showcase the different styles of these silos and seeing how they play into the world within this show. Real quick, if you are curious about checking out Silo Season 2, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you have watched it, comment down below with your thoughts on the show. And if you'd like to see more exclusive content from me, exclusive ranking videos, movie reviews, consider joining my channel as a member, and you can unlock videos at any level. More information in the description down below. Well, I do think that Silo Season 2 is gripping and has enough development for the characters within the silo, with Common and Tim Robbins leading a lot of that storyline. The moments with Juliet Nichols, Rebecca Ferguson's character, feels like it's being a little bit repetitive. There's only so much they can do with this storyline between her and Steve Zahn. Yes, there is some intriguing conversations between the two, and watching how Steve Zahn is very controlling within this season and seeing how he has been alone for many years. So seeing how he's socially awkward, that plays a big part within the show, but it's not doing much rather than kind of convincing things within the few episodes in the middle half of the show with Steve Zahn and Rebecca Ferguson. But it's kind of moving at this snail pace. Like, it's not taking these big gains to move the story forward for Rebecca Ferguson, where on the other hand, all of the moments with Common and Tim Robbins, that is like progressing throughout the show, and you're getting a lot of answers and a lot of intensity and new relationships challenged and all that development. She's kind of fallen behind a little bit, and those scenes, I found myself quite often wanting to go to the other silo and see those storylines develop. But I still thought a lot of what Rebecca Ferguson was doing was intense and very interesting, but I wish it moved a little bit quicker. Still think that Silo season 2 is worth your time. Builds on that first season very well, introduces new elements to the show, and challenges the idea of the silo and the day-to-day routines, but also what came before it all, and exploring all of that. And can they successfully venture out into the silo and past all the other ones and explore the world? There's so many things that they could do and so many more answers that we need, and we're getting in the right direction with this new season. I'm gonna go ahead and give Silo season 2 a B. Thank you guys for checking my review for Silo season 2 on Apple TV Plus. Have you guys seen it by chance? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, dude.